Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite new mama, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is my Love and Hip Hop review. I was actually going to be filming tomorrow, but because I had gone out today, I already had my makeup done, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do an eye look, but then it's really late right now, so I am about to do my makeup. I'm really not. I'm just gonna tell you guys what happened in the episode and give you guys my thoughts, and hopefully you guys will appreciate that, okay? For the upcoming Love and Hip Hop episodes, I don't know if I'm going to be doing my makeup or not, so let's not bank on that. I do have a makeup tutorial that I need to edit anyway, which is one of the flag tutorials. So every week when it's Love and Hip Hop time, you're going to get what you get. I might be barefaced, I might be beat, I might give you a makeup tutorial. It's a surprise. I feel like this episode was really long. So obviously, we are going to start off where we left off last week. Jasmine showed up at Pressed ATL, or Press Atlanta, and Miss Shirlene and Kirk's daughter were working the store that day. She wanted to talk to Rashida, but obviously Rashida was not there. So Jasmine proceeds to tell Miss Shirlene, who is Rashida's mother, and Kirk's daughter that Kirk took the DNA test and it is in fact his child. And she made it a point to say to Kelsey that Cannon is your brother. Now, with that scene, I totally get Kelsey's irritation and even Shirlene's irritation, because I know that when people address my father and they call his sons my brothers, I'm not having it. And the reason is because, one, I don't have a relationship with him, so technically he's just a sperm donor to me, so there's no way that his two other children could be my brothers, because I don't know them and I don't know him, and, well, I don't know him, but, like, you know what I mean? It's irritating when people do that, and I felt like Jasmine was doing that on purpose. Like, no. You ain't gonna be coming here all extra talking about that's somebody's brother. Like, absolutely not. I get it, the baby's innocent and all that, but at the end of the day, this is Kirk's mess. End of story. Shirlene says that she didn't know anything about Kirk taking the DNA test or whatever. They hadn't been informed yet, but now you fucking know. So Shirlene and Kelsey are asking Jasmine, what do you think is gonna come from you talking to Rashida? Like, what is the motive here? What's the purpose of this conversation? And she just wants to clear the air. The air is clear, bitch. There is nothing to clear. In my personal opinion, there's no air to clear. Like, I get it if she's coming to apologize, which she does say later on, but she should have done that a long time ago. I don't get why she's only coming now. This whole time, she's been doing her own thing. She all made a song. Like, they both end up checking her about the situation and putting her somewhat in her place, but they didn't do a good enough job, because by the end of their conversation, she still wants to talk to Rashida. Kelsey is doing a lot of digging here, and she's asking valid questions like, when's the last time you spoke to my father? And Jasmine tells her that they only speak or communicate through their attorneys, through their lawyers. And that makes sense. But now that Kirk knows that Cannon is his child, I'm wondering if and when, obviously it's going to happen, we're going to actually see Kirk with Cannon. So in this scene, Jasmine is answering these questions because she's in the hot seat right now with these two women, and they ask her, I can't remember what question they asked her, but her response to them was she never expected Kirk to leave Rashida. So why the would you be sleeping with him? The whole thing is that she knew he was married. It's not just the fact that he was married, but the fact that she knew he was married and still slept with him and still had his baby. So I think she's pretty much pathetic. Now, according to the streets, okay? According to the streets and a couple blogs, this is just a storyline. It is not real. The girl, Jasmine, is being paid around $7 grand to keep the story going. And I don't know if that's $7 grand a month or per episode, what it is. Either way, I'm not falling for that. I don't really think that the baby looks like him after seeing the baby today, but I didn't get a good shot of the baby, and I haven't been on Jasmine's Instagram either. I don't know what the hell oh no, I think I do know where her Instagram is, but I haven't been on the Instagram to see like what the baby looks like, to see if I need to contact Maury for them. You know what I mean? I might write Maury a letter or something. But seriously, I didn't personally think that the child looked like Kirk at all when I saw the baby on the show today. However, that doesn't mean anything because Salem don't look anything like me. Well, she kind of does. If you look at her a certain angle. If you look at her one eye open or one eye closed, you can kind of see if you squint a little, tip your head to the left, you know, she looks like me. But it's not uncommon for a child to only look like one parent. With that being said, the streets are talking and they're saying that this is fake and that everybody's in agreement with the storyline. I personally don't, and my opinion on that is if it is indeed fake, one, that's horrible, but two, I don't think Charlene knows that it's fake because I don't think Charlene is the type of woman that would stand for that type of thing. I mean, we saw in season 1 when he cheated on her, she ran over his motorcycle and the shit caught fire. So I don't think Charlene would be the one to not say to her daughter, Rashida, this can't just be a storyline. You guys can't be running this and there's a little baby involved. There's your family that's involved. Like I can't fathom that Charlene would be a part of something like that. So if it is in fact fake, I don't think Charlene knows it's fake. I'm gonna talk more about that after, but Jasmine asks for them to relay the message to Rashida that she's looking for her, or she wants to talk to her, and Miss Charlene says maybe, maybe not. And I said, bitch, you know you're gonna tell. So I don't know why you're sitting up here acting like you're not gonna tell. You're going to tell. So in this next scene, Erica is meeting up with Melissa and this guy named Albie. Albie was in her Love and Hip Hop New York seasons, and they're meeting at Erica's new home in the ATL. Probably just an Airbnb, but that's none of my business. I have one question, and my question is, what the fuck does Erica have on right now? She's wearing this lace outfit. She's looking like the Bride of Frankenstein. I don't know what's going on with her outfit. I don't know if it was a dress, if it was a top. I don't know what it was, but it was just doing the most. So Erica's actually filling them in on the whole entire situation with Stevie and Estelita, what happened at the studio. And quite frankly, I was bored. I was like, okay, let me know when this shit's over. I can't stand when the scene is literally what I do. I come and I recap the episode for y'all. So I don't get why every week there's like, if there's drama that happened in the last episode, the next week is somebody spilling the tea that happened to their other friends. Like, it's really annoying. It's like we're just watching the episode over and over again. It's like we're reliving the shit. I don't want to relive the shit. I don't. I'm not interested in what happened at the studio with Estelita and motherfucking Stevie because the shit was boring. I asked Erica what her feelings are towards Stevie now, and she says that she's still considering working with him, which actually surprised me because in the last recap I said that I don't think she's gonna work with him, but she has other plans. Albie and Melissa both tell Erica that she's making a mistake, but I personally don't see Erica getting swindled in this. Erica is seasoned enough and she knows enough about the industry now, and she's not the type to sleep with Stevie. It's not gonna go down like that. She cannot be manipulated like she was with Rich because she would never be romantically involved with Stevie, and I just know that about Erica. I just feel that she's not new to this, she's true to this. So she's not gonna be easily manipulated like how Jocelyn was for so many years, and then Estelita is being manipulated right now. It's not going down like that. Ever.com. So because Erica is new to Atlanta for the show, because let's be real here, you already know she probably still lives in motherfucking New York, because where's her child? Oh, that's what I thought. Anyway, because she's new to Atlanta, she wants to throw a party, because that's what we do on these reality shows. We throw parties, host events for no mother effing reason. And she tells the girls that she wants them to bring Tommy along. So at this point, Albie says that he wants to bring Estelita, but after the conversation they just had, Erica's obviously not having it. She's basically like, was you listening? Like, I don't want Estelita there. We're just saying that she's doing the most right now. Why the hell would you say that you're gonna try to bring her to the party? Absolutely not. Estelita, you're not invited. See you never. So then, of course, the show has to make sense. So the next scene is Mother effing Estelita checking Mimi at Mimi's house, and Estelita's breaking down the whole situation with Stevie and Erica that happened at the studio as well. So again, we're reliving the studio scene for whatever reason, just to have something to talk about. Like, this is why I hate the show. At this point, Mimi advises Estelita to speak to Erica if she feels like she was wrong in the situation. Estelita took that and she's going to talk to Erica. So because she's telling Mimi the tea, all of a sudden Estelita's memories jogged, bitch. Now she recalls the events that happened with Stevie, and her words were, I'm going to quote because I don't want to misquote. So what? I sat on it. What is a fuck anyway? So at this point, she's admitting that her and Stevie did sleep together. And we're not surprised. We knew. I knew Stevie wasn't lying about that. That was obvious from jump. My issue with this is I'm just like, where are the standards here? Like, where are the standards? They are non-existent, bitch. Stevie. And at this point, Mimi's not surprised either. And like I said, I wasn't. I know your ass wasn't surprised at home. Like, nobody's surprised that she slept with this. So Estelita starts spilling all kinds of tea, and she starts telling us how her and Stevie met. And apparently Stevie DM'd her on Instagram. He saw the bitch on Instagram, DM'd her talking about we need to talk business. Now, obviously, if somebody does that and you know they're in a position of power, you're going to be like, wow, you know, this person's reaching out to me. However, if you watch Love and Hip Hop, or if you do a little bit of research, it wouldn't take you long to figure out what kind of guy Stevie J is. And that you probably shouldn't involve yourself with him, especially if he's offering to fly your ass out when he has child support debt right now. That don't make any sense. He's offering to fly you out, and he's telling you that you can stay at his house. Now, is that not the ingredients for trouble? Let me know. Sprinkle with a little bit of salt. Like, I just can't. So, during her stay at Stevie's house, I think it was probably the first night that she had flown out, apparently he ended up knocking at her door at 2:30 in the morning, butt ass naked, wanting to have sex. Sorry, she said trying to have sex. I said, bitch, what do you mean trying if you guys had sex? What do you mean trying? I said, no. What do you mean trying? Like, I'm confused. Trying would insinuate or would mean that he came, he knocked on the door, and he wants to have sex with you, and you said no, but bitch, you said yes. You said yes. She didn't say whether Stevie was under the influence or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was. At this point when she's telling the story, I was like, bitch, your story's pointless because you decided to have sex with him when he showed knocking at your door. You didn't have to answer your door. You could have pretended like your ass was sleeping, that bitch. But she answered the door. And that's where your problem began. So then she continues and she's saying that the real reason Stevie's upset and treating her this way now is because when he tried to have sex with her the second time, she wasn't having it. And so at this point, the wheels are starting to spin and I'm just like, okay, so they're taking the Me Too movement and they're incorporating it into the Love and Hip Hop show. Mona is the devil. I told y'all she's the devil and nobody wants to listen to me, but that's not my business.
None of my business. It's none of my business.
Anyway, they're definitely trying to spin Stevie to be one of these Hollywood guys that are under fire right now. And we know he's a creep. We know that guys or men in the industry are like this. There's just something about the way that they're making the story sound that's irritating to me because yes, we know Stevie is manipulative. I said it in the first episode. I said it in the first recap. We know what he did to Jocelyn. But at the end of the day, Estelita did not have to sleep with him. She had a choice. And it's wrong for Stevie to be treating her poorly now or to be fucking with her because she's not giving up the cootie cat anymore. But you open that can of worms when you gave up the cootie cat the first time because he did not force her to have sex with him. He showed up butt naked and wanted to. We know that Stevie didn't take advantage of her in the sense where he showed up and forced himself onto her because she starts to open up more to Mimi and she starts crying and stuff and giving us all her trials and tribulations, all the things she's been through from being a stripper to being sexually abused, domestic abuse, raped, all these things. She's saying all these things that have happened to her and that's why she's not going to allow Stevie to treat her any kind of way because she's been through so much and she's still standing. So there's no way in hell that she's going to let Stevie do this to her. But yet she's still working with Stevie. It doesn't make sense. And so Mimi is saying that Stevie preys on women. That is definitely fact. And I don't want it to say, I feel like I'm defending Stevie, but that's not what I want to do. Like, I'm not trying to defend Stevie he ain't nothing to me for me to be defending. It's just the way, oh, what's going on here with this hair, honey? It's just the way that the show is going, and how I know how manipulative not only Stevie is, but how manipulative VH1 and Love and Hip Hop is, and they're going to make you look how they want you to look. And so I don't know what the relationship with Stevie is right now with Love and Hip Hop, but Jocelyn's not there anymore, and she's not the bad guy, so somebody has to be the bad guy. And at the end of the day, Stevie has his karma coming because he has a whole bunch of daughters. He keeps having daughters, and his daughters are gonna be treated the way he's been treating women, and it's really unfortunate, but that's just how it is gonna be. I just personally think if all this stuff wasn't going on in the media right now with all these Hollywood men, I don't think that this storyline would be a thing. And that's kind of where my issue is with this. I just feel like if it wasn't for all the Me Too stuff, then Mona wouldn't even be flipping this right now for Stevie to look a certain way. I feel like they're riding the coattails of the Me Too movement, and that's not right, because it wouldn't be making Stevie else look this way. I just feel like it's a ratings thing. Like, I don't even know how to describe what I'm saying, y'all. I really don't know, but maybe somebody else can articulate it for me, because a bitch is struggling at 1:42 a.m., okay? I was blocking it out mentally up until the very last second of the episode. Mimi's head top was a whole fucking mess. Like, I was like, bitch, what is going on with your hair now? She had her weave in, but like her roots looked like she needed a fucking perm or some shit. And the hair was twisted, like she was like trying to like do like a style, like, I don't know, she looked like Celie from The Color Purple, just with a little bit longer. I could not deal. I said, bitch, no, this is not, it's not a thing. It's really not. Please take your hair out, shave your head, get rid of it. What's fucked up about it is that we've been watching Stevie do this for a very long time. We could tell the energy that he gives off. It's not surprising. I don't think Estelita didn't know who Stevie was when she met up with him, and I don't think that she didn't watch Love and Hip Hop when she entered into this. I think Estelita is coming from a place of, she knows what these men are like after being in so many different situations with men and coming out of the strip club. She knows what these guys are like. So for her to take Stevie's offer to be flown out, talking about hopes and dreams, it's fucking stupid. If you're gonna fly me out, then you should also be paying for the hotel. Or I'm gonna pay for my hotel myself. I'm not gonna go and stay in somebody's home that I don't know and allow them to put me in a position where I am now uncomfortable. It doesn't make any sense. And so, no, I'm not blaming Estelita for Stevie's actions. I'm blaming Estelita for Estelita's motherfucking actions, because you know when you're in a fucked up situation. You know. But Estelita wanted to put her dreams and hopes and making it as some poppin' ass Latina artist before something sensible, like saying, maybe this is not a good idea. She had sex with him because she figured she only had to do it one time and then she would get what she wanted. So she's not innocent in this situation. Like, it's not a thing where she's naive and dumb. She's coming out of the strip club. She knew better. I feel like it's a little bit different with Jocelyn, because I feel like Jocelyn, there was nobody, I didn't fucking know who Stevie J was until Love and Hip Hop, okay? I didn't know who the fuck this was. I damn sure know Jocelyn didn't know who he was and what he was capable of, and that she would be in that. And the other thing too is with Jocelyn, he was really conditioning her, and she was young coming out of the strip club, and he made her feel like they were gonna be in a relationship and they were gonna be together, and that he loved her, and I think they did love each other. But with Estelita, it's not a love thing. It was a one-time fuck thing, and now it's problematic. So I'm torn. I'm really torn in this situation. I think Stevie's wrong, but I also feel like Estelita knew better. Let's move the fuck on, because I'm tired of talking about these two. So Sierra got a new man, and what I couldn't see properly when I was watching the episode, and so I was like, oh my god, that looks like a grown-up young jock. The was BK Bresco, which I talked about in the first episode. I just didn't realize it was him because I couldn't remember his face. I was like, oh, okay. I noticed that the top of his head kind of looks like he uses the S-curl system. Maybe he just has pretty curly hair, but it really looks like he used some Jerry curl, S-curl thing to get the top all curly and shit, okay? That's none of my business, but I'm gonna just put that out there since we always dragging people for the wigs on this show. I'm gonna drag these too. Don't be coming out here with no damn S curl, Jerry curl ass shit. This is not the 80s and you are not Michael Jackson in a Thriller. This scene was a little uncomfortable because it was just awkward. She basically said that she loved him and then he just kept calling her his best friend. I said, oh. I said no. And I'm all here for the you're my best friend and my lover thing. Shooter's my best friend. Hello. But if I tell this man I love him and he hits me back with you're my best friend, I said, best friend where? Best friend where? You're canceled. I don't want to hear nothing about it. And so BK Bresco is over here talking about how he doesn't really like to do titles because he feels like they mess everything up. And I'm just like, red flag, girl, run. Okay? I ain't got time. Like, he's showing me right now that he is full of shit and she can do a lot better. To me, this whole scene was just super duper awkward because when he said, or when she said that she loves him, he kind of like asked her, do you love me? And then they kind of just kept going back and forth, like asking each other, do you love me? And telling each other that they think that they love each other, but not saying I love you and I love you too, saying I think you love me. And he would be like, I think you love me. And it would just be like, okay, this is too much. This is awkward. I need it to be just canceled. Turn it off, please. Get this shit out of here. This is embarrassing. She's coming up off of a failed marriage. And now this shit, I'm over it. Sierra, please get your life. And so a part of me, which is about 99.999%, feels like he is happy she's in the middle of a divorce because he doesn't have to fully commit to her and he can do what he wants. Not saying that he's going to be dating other women, but he's allowed to because she's technically still married and he can't claim her and she can't claim him. That's bullshit if I ever heard it. This scene was short and sweet and I was happy about that. By the end of it, they were toasting to new beginnings and something called success. I think he meant success, but he said success. I can't stand when people say success. That is not a word. Can you please spell success for me? Because I don't think it's the same word I'm thinking it's supposed to be. It's not. It can't be. So in this next scene, Miss Shirlene heads over to Rashida's house to obviously spill tea about the fact that Jasmine came to pressed, and Rashida was not happy to hear this, but she already knew the results, and Rashida was actually upset that she didn't get to tell her mom herself that Kirk is indeed the baby's father. Rashida's basically saying that she wants nothing to do with Jasmine. I don't blame her, but at the end of the day, y'all got kids together now. Y'all sister wives, bitch. So you're gonna have to deal. Especially because you're not divorcing your husband. See, if you were divorcing Kirk, you wouldn't have to deal with Jasmine, but because your bitch ass wants to stay with that milk dud head ass, you ain't got a choice but to fuck with Jasmine. So kudos to you. Good luck, bitch. Rashida says that she wants some sort of family meeting, so one that involves Kirk's children, herself, and Kirk. And I'm bored. It's a snooze fest. I'm over it. I've been over Kirk and Rashida's drama since like season 1, so whatever. That being said, when I watch this scene, I don't feel like it's fake. I don't feel like they're doing a storyline that's fake. I feel like it's a storyline, but I feel like that's really Kirk's child. I don't feel like they're paying Jasmine money and whatever. Like, no, I don't think that's the case at all. And if that is the case, like I said, it's disgusting to even think about it. Like, Salem, people that can rest their head at night knowing that their whole shit is a lie on a reality show, it's just super fucked up to me. And there's a child involved and a family involved, and I'll talk more about that once we get to the family meeting, but it's absolutely insane. Oh, you have so much to say, mamas. What y'all just talking, huh? So, this next scene is Erica's little shindig that she threw. Salem. And young Jock is there and he's with Erica. And then Tommy shows up with Melissa and Aldi. Erica's attracted to her, but it's obviously a storyline because Erica has a boyfriend. I think he's a rapper. He's really cute and they're always posting on the gram together. I don't really know if they started dating before or after filming started, but the point is that she does not really want to be with Tommy. And to be honest, I only picture Erica, Munchie girl, dating Sin Santana. I can't picture her dating another female. I feel like that relationship was just a her and Sin thing and she'll never date another woman again. After all, she did just marry Bow Wow not too long ago and divorced that ass, so whatever. But yeah, this whole Erica pursuing Tommy thing was super dumb and Tommy knows it because it's written all over her face. This is literally her face when Erica tells her that she basically moved to Atlanta to pursue Tommy. It was complete and utter bullshit. Oh, Salem. She's tired. Girl, Salem is throwing a fit, honey. I just gave her her soother. Hopefully I can get through the rest of this before she spits it out. So yeah, Tommy wasn't having it. Her facial expression said it all. And the way Erica was talking, she sounded stalkerish. And I was just like, Mona is really always up to no good. This whole Erica pursuing Tommy thing is played. It's dumb. I can't. It's fake and you could tell it's fake. The way Erica acts with Tommy on camera, it's like she's told that this is what she has to do. That's how I feel. That's how I see it. Tell me if you feel the same. So basically, after the Jocelyn situation, Tommy's not having any Puerto Rican princesses up in her face, up in her life. She's not having it. The whole situation with Jocelyn turned out to be a real mess. So she's just not interested in Erica at all. To be honest, this scene was very hard to watch with how hard Erica was going. It was like she was overdoing it, overselling it. And it just, we don't believe you, bitch. You need more people. So even after all this with Tommy basically telling her like it's a no-go, she still is pushing and telling and asking Tommy if she can take her out. And I was like, this bitch just told you she ain't interested. Like, and so at this point, Tommy is clearly uncomfortable. And it's just like Erica won't stop. And I'm just like, this is so awkward. Like, why are they even airing this? Like, this is hard for me as a viewer to watch at home. I'm cringing. Like, I was actually cringing during this scene. And I was like, if I was Tommy, I would have to fire her because you're doing too much. So then Melissa gives Erica this ugly ass almost Pandora bracelet as a welcome to Atlanta gift. And I was just like, okay. So then after she gives her the gift, she's like, okay, I have to make a speech, but I'm gonna let you hold on to this, Tommy. So she gives Tommy the bracelet and basically says, so that I know you're not gonna leave or anything like that. And then Tommy's like, I'm not gonna leave. Like, me, I'm not going anywhere. But she was ready to escape. She was ready to get the hell up out of Dodge, okay? So in confessional, young Jock is like how it's either gonna end one of two ways. Either they're gonna like each other or they're gonna fight each other. Either way, he wants his ticket to this movie, and I was dead AF. Cause me too, bitch. So Erica gets up and she goes to do the speech, like a thanks for coming, everybody. And when she's up there on stage, everybody's kind of with her except for Tommy. And so Tommy skedaddles, bitch. She's like, bye, see you never, you weird bitch. Like, don't want anything to do with you. And she leaves, but she leaves with the bracelet. So obviously they're going to have to meet up again. So obviously Erica notices that Tommy left, or that Tommy's leaving out the door, and so she's trying to say she doesn't give up easily. And I was just like, ew, you're doing too much. I was actually annoyed watching this scene, and I also felt like the scene was being dragged the fuck out. It was so long. I said, no, I need to go. Like, I want to leave with Tommy. Like, how come Tommy got to leave the scene, but I still got to sit here and wait and suffer through this bullshit? I was very upset. I was livid. Fuck you, VH1. So then I'm looking like, why the hell does Melissa's head top look like this right now? Jesus be a comb right now because I cannot. Anywho, Mimi and Estelita show up to the party. Erica invited Mimi, but she did not invite Estelita. So Aldi takes Estelita and Erica away to the side so they could talk, which left Mimi and Melissa to then talk. So Melissa and Mimi start hashing out their problems, and Mimi is kind of saying like they don't really have an issue. She doesn't hate Melissa. She's just being a little distant right now. Conversation was pointless and I was not here for it. I was bored. I was like, okay, next scene, please. Like, I was literally begging for the scene to cut and go somewhere else. But I knew it was far from over because we still had to deal with Estelita and Erica's drama. So Estelita and Erica are actually talking, and Erica's crying and basically pouring her heart out to Estelita and saying like she knows what it feels like to be in Estelita's shoes because of her situation with Rich, and which is what Estelita's dealing with now with Stevie. Estelita's actually very pleased with how compassionate Erica is being, and Erica's actually plotting on helping Estelita get out of that contract with Stevie. Good luck, girls, because we all saw what happened with Jocelyn. So in this next scene, it's Jasmine, and Jasmine is actually, I don't know if it was her house or her mom's house, but she's at the house with her mom, her grandmother, and Cannon, which is her and Kirk's son. Her mother looked really young, and I was actually surprised by that. I don't know why. I expected, I don't know. I just felt like the mom looked too young, and she didn't really look like it was her mom, but whatever. So to me, I feel like this story's believable. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's believable. And if it's not, well, VH1 short and pulled the wool over my eyes and deceived me, bitch. But from the way that everybody's so involved and everybody's family has been involved now, I just feel like it can't be fake. Like, especially because her mom was saying some real ass shit when she was talking to her mom. I said, that's some real shit you're saying. That mom could be a guest star on Botox anytime. Come through, Miss Lady. And I just feel like no decent mother, if Jasmine's mom's a decent person, Salem, she wouldn't. I'm really trying to record over Salem screaming right now. I can't. Oh my gosh. I just feel like she wouldn't allow her daughter to accept any amount of money to pimp out her child, because that's what she's doing. If this storyline's fake, that means that Jasmine ain't getting Mother of the Year award because you are pimping out your child for a check, bitch. Like, absolutely not. Like, who's gonna accept money to lie about the paternity of their child? Like, that's why I feel like it's not a lie. And so her mom's basically like, Kirk is the kind of man I've warned you about. That's the kind of guy you're not supposed to get involved with. And I was like, preach, bitch, take me to church. Okay? And she tells her, she's like, if Kirk stepped out on his marriage, obviously he's not an honest person. He's not gonna be honest and true to you. So I don't know what you're even thinking. And that's clear because this is not Kirk's first time stepping out on his marriage. He's been stepping out of his marriage since probably before he was married, bitch. She also makes it very clear to Jasmine that even though they were supposedly drunk or drinking when the night she got knocked up, even though they were drinking, that's no excuse for her to have slept with him. And I was like, preach on, sister. I was like, I don't need to say nothing. This mama got it covered. But clearly she didn't do a good enough job teaching her daughter, because her daughter still went and messed around with the wrong ass and got pregnant by the wrong ass. So I'm confused. Salem's having a fucking party. Like, I can't. Jasmine's mother asked her if she thinks that Rashida is making it difficult for Kirk to come and see Cannon. And at this point, it kind of seems like Jasmine's like tiptoeing around Rashida and she's being mindful of what she says and playing nice about Rashida. To me, it's fake because, like I said, she done dropped a whole record about it, a whole diss record, which wasn't bad, by the way. And when I first heard the song, I really wanted it to be shitty, but it wasn't, and I was like, ugh, whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. So then Jasmine starts detailing her visit to press ATL. Jasmine says that she feels like she owes Rashida an apology. And this is the first time hearing her say those exact words, and I was like, you're fucking right, you owe the bitch an apology. But I mean, Salem! You knew what you were doing. So why are you apologizing for it? You should have never have done it and you wouldn't have anything to apologize for. Like, what? How you gonna sleep with somebody you know is married and then want to apologize after the fact, bitch? That don't make no damn sense. You had a whole baby. You had a baby. I had a baby too, okay? So then Jasmine starts crying and saying, like, you know, now that Kirk knows that the child is his, she is kind of confused or whatever as to why this video is gonna be a joy to edit. She's confused. Salem! She's confused as to why Kirk wouldn't reach out or whatever, and then her mom was just like, well, that's what happens with married men, and she's very fucking right. That is what happens when you mess with married men. What are you expecting from him? So then they get into talking about double standards and how she feels like a lot of the blame is being placed on her, and her mother had the nerve to say that Rashida should not be mad at Jasmine. She should be mad at Kirk. You guys are not gonna be happy watching this video. I said nobody's solely blaming Jasmine. A lot of the blame is not being placed on Jasmine. We're blaming both of y'all because, matter of fact, we're blaming all three of y'all because all three of y'all are dumb as hell and all three of y'all are in this together like motherfucking High School Musical, bitch. Like, seriously. We don't like none of y'all. We don't like you. We don't like Kirk. And we damn sure don't like Rashida at this point. Because this is just ridiculous. The fact of the matter is you're getting blamed. And people are looking down on you. And speaking down on your name. Because you knew the man was married. You knew who his wife was. Yet you still decided to sit down and have drinks with him on the Manolo. Okay? And you spread your legs. And you let him ski in your kitty box. And now you have a baby by him. So that's why people are blaming you. Because close your legs to married men. Okay? He knew he was married and you knew he was married. And you still took that fucking plunge. So what are you really sorry about? There's nothing to be sorry for because bitch you knew. Anyway, Kirk shows up for the family meeting at Rashida's place. And he's in his confessional talking about he hopes she's calling this meeting to call off the separation so he can move back in. I said, what? Like, Kirk really makes me want to fight him. Like, he really does. And this so ugly. Like, his Adam's apple's annoying. His head shape is annoying. His eyes, beady eyes are annoying. His forehead's annoying. His chin is annoying. His whole face is annoying. His whole entire demeanor is annoying. This is what this looks like. Why did she not file for divorce yet? That's what I need to know. So immediately Kelsey, his daughter, starts paging him about the situation and she's grilling the fuck out of her daddy, and I'm just like, whoa. Kirk obviously has to admit at this point that the child is in fact his. So here we go. Kelsey's makeup did not match her neck. I was gonna take a picture but I said I'm gonna let the bitch live. But the shit didn't match. Her face was yellow, her neck was red. It was just a whole fucking mess. And so Kelsey actually turns to Rashida and asks Rashida what her feelings are. And Rashida just starts saying that she doesn't like the fact that Jasmine's showing up at her workplace, that her ass needs to stay in her place. So she pages Kirk about that and basically says, get your hoe in check, bitch. At this point, I'm like, Kelsey was checking Kirk more than Rashida was. And I was just like, well, damn, who's dating the man? Who is in a relationship with Kirk? His wife or his daughter? But if that was me in the situation and it was my parents, I would probably be doing the same thing. Because, you know, sometimes the mom gets a little passive, you know what I mean? Sometimes the kids have to speak up for the mom. But Kelsey was genuinely upset about this. The thing is, Rashida is not Kelsey's mother. Kirk has a whole bunch of baby mamas. But that's the thing. I would never get with a guy that has multiple baby mamas to begin with. Rashida was young when she got with Kirk. He likes young bitches. And that's exactly what this is. Like, exactly what happened. Exactly how she was young when Kirk met her. He's out here chasing all this young tail. He's been chasing young tail for seasons and seasons. Like, this ain't new. This is not new. And this is why we don't feel bad for Rashida at this point, because it's like she's doing this to herself at this point. Like, we can't help you, bitch. And so Kirk's older son, Kirk Jr., if I were you, I would get a name change, but that's none of my business. at this point, he is saying that he thinks Jasmine is looking for attention. Once again, I gotta say, I don't think this situation is fake. She keeps spitting out the damn soother. Yeah, like I was saying, I do not think the situation is fake because your family has to be real fucking sick to sit there and be like, okay, mom and dad, we're gonna go along with your fucking lie even though you're involving your marriage, like, and pretending that this child that's not really dad's child is in fact dad's child, like, for a check to stay on TV on a ratchet ass television show. Like, you have to be scum of the earth to agree to something like that. And I can't fathom the idea that a whole entire family would agree to this and not one person has a shred of integrity to say this is not right, we can't do this, these are innocent little babies involved with this. Because not only is Cannon, Jasmine and Kirk's son involved in this, but they have a whole bunch of kids involved in this now, and it just, who would do that? This is why I truly believe that this is a real story, and I pray that we never find out otherwise, because I would actually just be so upset. But yeah, the storyline's so sick and twisted. To be fake and to drag it on knowing that it's fake, they would have to be some real fucked up people, and there's no amount of money in the world that would make you decide that it's worth looking stupid on camera in front of the world for the world to see. Like, Rashida looks absolutely stupid and her situation's so heartbreaking, and the sad part about it is that it's relatable. So if it's fake, all those women that actually go through this in real life, is just a slap in the face to them. Like, it's not acceptable. So I'm really just hoping that it really is his child, even though he stepped out on his marriage and stuff. I'm hoping that it actually is his child and the stuff that I'm hearing about it being fake is not true. So in the next scene, Erica is at some janky ass photo shoot. And this is the day after her party, and of course Tommy shows up to the photo shoot because Tommy took the bracelet, so she has to return it. She said she accidentally took it. Bitch, no you didn't. You walked out with it in your hand. You could have left it on the sofa. You could have gave it to the production. Like, this is how you know the show is scripted. You could have gave it to anybody. You could have stopped it before to leave. Like, you could have gave it to anybody before you left. You decided not to. Give it to the Asian motherfucking security guard to give to the girl. It was stupid. You took the bracelet on purpose. The bracelet was given to Melissa from Mona. How about that? Melissa ain't buy that damn bracelet. Don't ever get it twisted. Why the hell would she be giving Erica a gift? Did anybody else get a gift for coming to motherfucking Atlanta? I don't think so. Anyway, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is on Tommy's head? There was so many gold pins in the center of Tommy's head. I said she needs to change her name from Tommy to motherfucking Bobby, since she want to have all them damn pins in her head looking like a damn fool. Like, I couldn't believe it. So then they basically start talking about Stevie, or working with Stevie and working with Jazzy Faye. And Erica says that Jazzy Faye actually has like a whole training thing set up for her, and she invites Tommy. She invites Tommy to go to the training sessions with her. And it actually got a little awkward between them again during the scene, and I was just like, cancel all of the future Erica and Tommy scenes, because I don't want to see them at all. Tommy agrees to go to the training thing with Erica if it's not awkward or weird, she said. So this last scene was the best scene, bitch. I was on the floor. I said, I can't, mamas. I really can't with the last scene. I can't do it. So the last scene actually started with Tokyo Vanity. If you don't know who that is, she was this girl that was actually popular on Vine. And Sierra, the hair shop owner. Tokyo recently moved to Atlanta from New Orleans, and then she said she got a new man, and his name is Tobias, and he looked like an off-brand Usher. I ain't gonna lie, he looked like a super off-brand Usher. She didn't really give much more about their relationship other than that. So she meets Carly Red for the first time, and once again, I just was like, what the f is on Carly's head? The baby hairs was a hot ass mess. it just needed to be canceled. So Sierra's mom actually is in this scene too now. And I was just like, she looked young as hell too. And you know, I know blacks don't crack, y'all, but when they said it was Sierra's mom, I was shocked. I thought it was just a lady in the salon that worked there. Like, I was shocked when they said it was Sierra's mom. So we find out that Carly Red is now dating Sean Garrett. And Sean Garrett is best friends with BK Bresco, and Sierra and Carly Red are best friends, but they did not know that they were dating best friends because Carly Red hasn't told anybody. And so I'm watching this and I'm just like, even if you wanted to, you could never clock Carly Red's pom-pom miles because she's always dating somebody new. There's always a new guy in the picture. Like, every season is somebody else, sometimes more than one guy in a season, and it's just like, Carly Red surely does get around, chat, and she has no shame in her game since she's like 69. She don't give a damn. Anyway, so Sierra starts talking about her fail of the marriage and everything with Mariah that happened last season, and out of nowhere, an extra in the background, which is Sierra's employee, her name is Shan. She's like to Sierra, "Is that all you heard he did?" And Sierra's turned around, she's like, what? With her confused ass, Sierra is slow, okay? I told you guys. So she's like, "Is that all you heard he did?" in reference to Mariah. And so Sierra's acting all confused. And I'm just like, oh Lord, here we go. So then Shan, the stylist, tells her she's happy that Sierra's finally moving on, but she feels like she needs to know. And she says that Shooter, pow pow, BB gun, got a whole 2-year-old. What is the tea? I said, oh, no, I did not just hear correctly. And so everybody's looking like, what is going on? I was like, bitch, I'm gagged. Everybody was literally staring in silence. Like, they panned in on every single person that was sitting there's face. And I was on the floor. I was like, yeah, pretty fucking much. At this point, I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do you work at the salon? You know this information and you're not telling your boss. You get to work every day and you're not telling her. Like, what kind of person, not even an employee, what kind of person are you? I would know. What, from the time, if somebody comes and tells me that we're fighting because you knew and you didn't tell me and you have me out here looking crazy and stupid, you know I'm about to be on Love and Hip Hop and you're not gonna tell me this? Oh, okay. So then I'm just sitting there like, something's not right here. So then the girl continues and she's like, he has a 2-year-old and one on the way. Oh my gosh. I was like, somebody please make it make sense. Please make it make sense, because I don't understand what this girl's going on about right now. Like, how are you gonna come and tell this lady that her husband, because he ain't her ex-husband yet, has a whole 2-year-old and a baby on the way? How? Sway? Please. What? I need the blueprint for this. Like, how do you do this? So now Carly Red's upset, and Carly Red starts asking her, wait a second, how the hell do you know all this? Like, where's this information coming from? How do you know this? And I'm like, yeah, that's a valid fucking question, because you're not just gonna come and say this information. How are you just gonna come say this information and not, I mean, drop the whole dime? Don't try to drop a nickel, bitch. You better drop the dime. So now that you're asking her this, now all of a sudden Shan wants to be all hush hush, and she's trying to, like, she has a little bit of an attitude going, and I'm kind of confused. I'm like, is she the mama of the 2-year-old? Like, what's really going on here? I'm just like, bitch, you started talking. If you didn't want the smoke, if you didn't want to start talking, you shouldn't. But you started talking, so you can't be on the hush now. You better start spilling the greens, the beans, the potatoes, tomatoes, the yams. Girl, you name it. Start spilling the motherfucking tea, bitch. And this hoe says, well, I do her hair. I said, bitch. I said, bitch. I said, bitch, you's a damn motherfucking lie. I know you're fucking lying, because what do you mean you do her hair? So then they was like, do her hair where? At this shop? At my shop? This was some tea if I ever, this was probably one of the best episodes, one of the best scenes I've ever seen on Love and Hip Hop in a very long time. the answer to that question is yes, at Sierra's shop. You're telling me this baby mother was so bold to come to the girl's shop, his wife's shop, to get her hair done all these years, knowing that she has a baby by this lady man. And I'm just like, the bitches of the world. The bitches of the world. So at this point, Sierra's really heated. But in my personal opinion, the bitch was not mad enough, okay? Because from the time you tell me that you know this information but you've been holding on to it for 2 whole years, bitch, and you want to come drop it now, we're fighting. I'm putting my hands on you, and the fucking security is not going to be able to stop it, okay? You're dying. You're dying today. Today, okay? That's how I feel about this situation. And so the girl had a weird vibe about the situation. It was almost like, well, obviously she knew that if she told Sierra this, she's probably gonna get fired. And this is exactly what happened. Sierra fired her. But like, I feel like Sierra maybe can't fight or something, or she's just super bougie because she got up in the girl's face, but not even in an aggressive way. It was kind of like she just wanted to look her in the eye. Like, I don't know, but I found that even last season, she's weirdly calm about these situations. Like, I don't know, maybe she's just acting because she already knew about the 2-year-old, and that's probably the real reason they're getting divorced and not Mariah. I know Mona put that Shan girl up to it, honey. She came and spilled that tea, honey, so I wonder how much she got paid, because that was some tea I would have sold to TMZ, bitch. Okay, that's the kind of tea she just put on Sierra. Like, how you gonna tell this lady that her husband has a 2-year-old and a baby on the way? How you gonna tell somebody's wife that? I was choking. I just feel like Sierra knows she can't fight, or she just feels like she doesn't need to fight. But I'm telling you right now, I would have had to lay hands on Shan, because she was just had an attitude about it, number one. Number two, she wasn't being a real bitch about it. And she didn't want to divulge all the information. Like, I would have choked the bitch. Like, you're not going to come and do it. And that's the thing, too. Sierra was embarrassed. She was genuinely embarrassed, because she's just like, why are you telling me this now? 1, in front of the camera, and 2, in front of my friends. Like, you're making me look dumber than I even did last season. Like, she looks even more dumb now. And I just can't believe, I need to know more about this. Like, I'm really interested to find out more on the next Dragon Ball Z, bitch. Like, I feel bad for Sierra, because she seems like a real sweet girl. She seems genuine. Like, I like Sierra. I just think she's dumb. She's probably one of the dumbest cast members we've ever seen. But yeah, that's all that happened this week, and I'm game for next week's episode. The season's not disappointing. When I watched Love and Hip Hop Miami, you guys, no, just no. The whole entire time I was just like, what is the deal with Love and Hip Hop Miami? Like, it was confusing to watch. It was like there was no real storyline. Anyway, you guys, I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one.